video is gonna be kind of ranty, which is why I'm filming in here, because I could stand up and jump around if needed, which is kind of needed when I'm ranting. So yeah, I'm filming in here solely because in here I can do this. I've been making really a lot of theater-related videos lately. I find that when I start making like theater-related videos, they just come in waves, and I think we're just in the middle of one of those waves right now. Anyway, as I've mentioned many times before, I have a blog called Theater Commandments on Tumblr, and very recently I got a message that said, why do you spell it Theater Commandments? I'm actually not trying to be mean by saying it that way, but when the message came up on my phone and I saw that the ER was capitalized, like that is actually how I read that in my head. Theater. Anyway, today I am just going to put a nail in the coffin on why I spell my URL the way I do, why I spell theater with an ER on anything Theater Commandments related, and just address this whole issue so I don't have to keep explaining it. For you non-theater folk, let me just say right now that there are two ways to spell the word theater, with an ER and with an RE. Now, the alleged difference between the two, the most commonly believed, is that the two spellings have different definitions. Theater spelled with an RE is the art form, but theater spelled with the ER is the physical place. Although some people say that it's like the difference between American English and UK English, and that the RE spelling is UK and that the ER spelling is American. And this is something that people love to just start World War III over. I am so sick of it. Somebody actually replied to the post where I was answering that question, and they said, yeah, those definitions are sorta correct, but they don't really translate into the real world. And then they pointed out just a few examples of names of venues here in New York City as well as in the West End that don't really follow this strict supposed rule of the REER. Which brings me to my point. The spelling of the word theater is purely personal preference. Neither way is superior or wrong or what the hell ever. Just spell it however you choose to spell it and get on with your life. I chose to spell Theater Commandments with an ER when I made the blog back in November 2013, over a year ago. And since then, the blog has grown immensely. Like, I am about to hit 4,000 followers, which is insane! Thank you so much, by the way. But anyway, the blog has grown like crazy. It now has official merch like shirts like this. So basically, the name stuck. I spell it with the ER anytime I type the word theater into a blog post or a commandment or an item of merch to maintain some kind of consistency. But let me just say that Theater Commandments exists to celebrate theater and to get a laugh out of this crazy thing that we all love to do. And if you are hung up on the spelling of my URL or the spelling of the word in the commandments, you're missing the point. When you're sitting in the Gershwin Theater waiting to see Wicked, are you thinking of how they spell the word theater on the marquee? No, of course you're not. You're thinking about this amazing show that you're gonna get to see. When you're belting out all the parts of One Day More in your house, are you thinking about whether theater is spelled with an RE or an ER? No, you're just geeking out to a musical. So let me just end this by saying, instead of constantly debating the spelling of one word, can we just celebrate theater and musicals and plays and shows and Broadway and the West End and all this stuff that we love? Can we just appreciate the art instead of getting so focused on one tiny little thing? I'm probably gonna get so much shit for this video, but honestly, I've gotten this question too many times. I'm tired of answering it, and I really just want to settle it once and for all. I'm sorry that this has probably been kind of a negative video, but again, I had to say this. I had to get it out of my system. Although I do have to thank the people who have supported me through this kind of recent brush with the ER-RE debate. Thank you to everybody who said, you know, she's not wrong to spell it that way, leave her alone. Thank you. That really does mean a lot to me, because normally when you start this debate, especially if you start it on the internet, it does tend to get very ugly very fast, so I have to say thank you to people who supported me through this little thing. I mean, it wasn't a really big negative incident. It wasn't even a negative incident. It's just kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's about all I have to say, and I will see you all next Friday.